mom recently passed and gave me the opportunity of leaving a legacy behind with Transamerica for me and my family. And I appreciate it. And I also want my friends and my family to have the same opportunity that I'm currently having. So this is why you guys are on to hear about this awesome company and this awesome opportunity to set your children up, to set your grandchildren up. And I'm currently experiencing this with my family. And I just want to bring on Odetta King on. She's going to share some more information about the company. Thank you, guys.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. My name is Verlene White, and I wanted to just talk to you briefly before Odetta comes on. I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. And this is going to be the most powerful. There is going to be so much valuable information that you guys are going to learn about financial literacy, learning how to becoming financially independent. As Tracy said, Tracy's son is a student in my classroom. And we always talk from time to time, but as I became a licensed agent myself, one day we were talking, and like she said, she was mentioning about her mom passing away. And I started talking to her about the company that I work with, and how great of a company this was. And Tracy was so shocked, because Tracy's like, wait a minute, the company that you work with, the policy that my mom has, they were one of the people that the same policy. So she became even more excited about the company. So then we sat down, we had a talk, and I'm telling you, Tracy was ready to go. She was right then and there. Tracy was like, I'm ready, sign me up. Just from the information that we gave her. And as she signed up, currently she's training and studying to get her license, which she will very soon, because she's super smart and she's doing all the right things. So it was so exciting just to see the passion in her for wanting to become a part of the company. And like she said, the information, when I told her about it, right away Tracy was like, I need my kids to have this, because when you guys hear tonight, you're also you are going to say the same thing. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to introduce myself, but I want you guys to just, sit back, relax. If you have any questions, we can talk about them at the end. I just want to introduce to you right now my boss lady. I like to call her boss lady. She's a beast. The one and only Miss Odetta King. Go ahead, Odetta. We hear you.
Hi, guys. Hello. How's everyone doing tonight? Tracy, you did amazing. And Rolling, girl. Rolling was rolling tonight. Good evening, everyone. So let me go through the chat and call out some of you amazing people that are joining us tonight. I see Anik. Anik, where you joining us live from? Heavenly Joy. Woo woo, that's my girl. Janika, where you guys joining us from? Can you and Simone. Wow, that's my cousin. Simone is all the way in Virginia, I think. So can you guys just unmute, say where you are and who invited you?
This is Anik. I am joining from Atlanta, Georgia. Tracy Smith invited me.
Awesome. Yes. Great.
Hello. Hi, I'm Janika. I'm from Suffolk County, New York, and Tracy Smith invited me.
Wow. So Anika and Janika, thanks for coming on board.
Awesome. And then I see
I'm Simone, joining from Delaware. Odetta invited me, my cousin.
Woo-hoo! Awesome. Thanks for joining. By the way, guys, my cousin Simone, her brother passed away. Uncle Brian, is Shelly on? She's not here. Uncle Brian passed away, which is Simone's Simone's brother, in the height of the COVID, unfortunately. So it's so unfortunate that sometimes, things happen and it really kind of shakes us up. So thank you for being on, cuz. And Simone is here tonight because she wants to get the business going. Super excited. So she's going to check it out. Do we have anyone else I want to share before we start? We have a nice small group and we're also streaming live on Facebook. So please make sure if you are following me on Facebook, you just click the share button so more people can see it. Anyone else wants to share where they're from, who invited you?
Nicola.
Oh,
From New York, invited by Odetta.
awesome. And guys, let me tell you, Nicola, which we call her Facebook page name is Heavenly Joy. Her sister, well, two of her sister and I are very, very good friends. I don't know what took you so long to come aboard, but you're here today. So what can you tell the people why how did you and I come to talk for you to be on this Zoom tonight?
Actually, someone told me about Prior America, and I thought that Odetta was doing Prior America. I know she was doing something because I'd always look at her on Facebook with the coins and the coins and the coins. So, and I know my sister actually, and I think she's doing I think she has the insurance or something like that. So I called her actually. I gave her a text the other day, tell her to call me. So I thought she was doing the Prime America, but after she told me no, it's not Prime America she was doing. She was doing, I think, IC, if I'm getting it right, what IC something, can't remember. The insurance really told me about IC something. I can't remember the name, but anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm going to, she told me to join the chat tonight so I could see how things is going, so I could know what to do. And if I'm interested, I will just, just join her. Who knows?
Awesome.
Everything sounds good so far.
And Missy is about to retire, okay? She's about to retire in how many years? And she's a baby. When are you going to retire, Joy?
Oh, actually, I supposed to retire. We're gonna reach 60, whatever, 2 or 5. I don't know how long more the age gonna push back as I get older. But I just want to resign from my job from after the pension. I think the pension is 25 years they give you. But I said in 4 years I could do something else instead of keep doing the same job.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do something else much more better, before the time, to get myself on track before that time come. So at least I could be, doing something instead of sitting there. The one job I'd be doing for my 20-some years. I'll be doing the same job. Mm-hmm. So it's something good to do something new now, something different. I'm just tired of that.
Awesome. And guys, you see, she's already planting those seeds, right? She's
Yes.
now waiting until she's retired, but she started to plant those seeds now. So in 4 years, can you imagine 4 years from now what her future could be at WFG?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Does anyone want to share anything before we get started? Awesome. Okay. So for those of you, welcome aboard. Those of you that are on Zoom, thanks for joining us tonight. Those of you that are also on Facebook Land, thanks for watching. My name is Odetta King. I am a Senior Marketing Director with World Financial Group. Like many of you, I also was presented with this opportunity about 4 years ago. I do teach. I am a professor at 2 colleges here in New York. And one day, right, at my school where I teach, every semester we bring back students who have graduated from the program to come back and talk about, how has college prepared them. And Angel, who is my angel, when I get my baby boy, his middle name will be Angel because he is truly my angel. So Angel showed up. And it was a panel of about 5 or 6 different people from different parts of the industry. And, they did their presentation, they shared their experience, how college has prepared them for the real world. And then after the presentation, there was a mixer. So, everyone is getting to know each other, they're chit-chatting, eating. And so he approached me and he said, hey, nice to meet you. What do you do besides teaching? And I told him that I'm always on Facebook. always live streaming, always sharing information about stacking your coins. Who told me to say that? Immediately, he gifted me this book called Saving Your Future, right? It's 86 pages long. I ravished it in one night. And the very next day, there was a workshop at Mercy College. Now, for those of you who live in New York, you already know if you live in Brooklyn, you really don't venture out except you go to Manhattan and you come back to Brooklyn, right? So when he told me there's a seminar or workshop or something at Mercy College, I'm like, dude, that's the Bronx. We don't go to the Bronx. That's like a whole different country for us. But nevertheless, I ended up going because, you know, I figure, hey, it's another college. I may get to network with some other faculties, see what their curriculum is like, blah, blah, blah. I got there, and guys, for someone who has been on Facebook talking about saving money, I have to confess, when I saw what they were teaching in that workshop, I realized I'm doing a disservice. I need to learn more so I can educate my community more. So I didn't even think about the business. I immediately signed up and I became a member to learn about money, to learn what to do with my own money, and then maybe teach it to other people, right? So I didn't look at the business side first. I just came on board to see what I could do with my own money and to learn, because again, as an educator, I'm always in the mindset of teaching and sharing. So I figure if I learn this for myself, I'm going to teach it to my student. Well, guess what? Today, not only do I teach it to my student, but I teach it to the world, right? So W Financial Group and World Financial Group is amazing, amazing, amazing dynamic platform. Don't take it from me. I'm about to share some information today with all of you. And guys, it really is truly a blessing when you know this information, because you can do so much for yourself and also for others, right? When you know this information, you can truly bless other people with it, and know confidently that you're really helping people when it comes to their money. When Joy approached me, when she approached me earlier this week and she said Primerica, I said, no offense, but we are not Primerica, right? Primerica sells term. We just don't only sell term, we do total financial planning. So who are we? Right? I'm about to share my screen. Tell me if you guys can see it. Okay, so who are we? Our company is called World Financial Group, and we are literally building a new industry in the financial industry. So let's talk about what we do. We provide financial education, right? We provide financial education because this is something that's not being taught in school. I know this for a fact, right? My students are not learning this. My faculty doesn't even know this. And for the students that are learning finance, they're not learning personal finance. They're learning business finance to go get a job at a financial company, making money for the company, not their personal finance. So what we do is we teach financial education. And it's ironic that we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but yet still we have so much money problems. So guys, make no mistake, there's two types of families. You have family A, which is 95% of us, middle America. Guess what? We have a crisis. We have a retirement crisis. We have an education crisis, and we have a spending crisis. Look at the people who have already retired. Look at the kids that are graduating from school or university, and look at yourself. We're spending more than we're making, right? So that's 95% of America. And these are real issues that are facing us, you know? And so because we have all of these crises, retirement, education, we're spending much, we're in debt. We're living a life of debt, right? But then you have family B. And family B is the 5% of America. That's where we want to be. That's where everybody should aspire to be, right? With family B now, because you have this education, you know that you have to pay yourself first. You know that you have to own a business, not just a job, right? Maybe you start with a job, but ultimately you want to own a business. When it comes to their retirement, they don't wait until they're 50, 45 to start saving for retirement. They're saving for retirement way earlier. And they also know where to save that money, right? They know where to save that money. On top of it, when their kids are born, guys, are you ready for this? When their kids are born, they know exactly what to do to save for their kids' education. They don't wait until the child is 14, 15, 16, and then start looking for, oh my God, how are we going to pay for this education? No. When my child is born at 15 days old, once they have that Social Security, I know exactly what I need to do to make my child a millionaire baby. Family B, they know these things, right? They know exactly what they need to do. And then on top of it, they have proper protection, guys. They don't have burial policies. They have proper protection in the event they get sick, they can take money out. In the event, yes, they pass away prematurely whenever, not a term policy that only covers you for 30 years. Whenever, if they live until age 100, 122, 125, whenever they pass away, they have money. Rolling and Tracy, can you guys monitor the participant as people are coming in? You have to let them in. And then, right, they're protecting their assets. They're protecting their money. Now, a couple years ago, you know, if you had tell me, well, get a life insurance, I would have been like, no, I got my burial money. Like, that's the mindset we have, people. When somebody tell you about life insurance, the first thing you think about is burial. I got my burial money, I'm good. That's what I told myself. I never thought of getting life insurance because I'm like, I got 100,000 in the bank. I got a good 401k. I got more than enough money to bury myself. Why am I buying life insurance? But family B, do not buy life insurance for burial, right? So it's a different mindset. So when you understand these two types of families and you get this knowledge, you know exactly what to do with your money. So let's talk about the 3 rules of money. My favorite, and 4 years ago, if you had asked me what are they, I would have been like, I don't know. There's rules. Money has rules. I don't know. Money has rules. What are those rules? How do I apply those rules to my money? Well, guess what? If all of us on this webinar knew these basic 3 rules, I promise you guys, even if we messed up, we all would have been a step ahead. So the first rule to money is compound interest. My favorite uncle, Albert Einstein, created this formula. And it's so simple, right? You take 72 and you divide it by the interest. Whatever interest you're getting at the bank or wherever your money is, you divide that by the 72, and that will tell you how many years your money is going to take to double, right? How many years your money is going to take to double. So let's plug in the numbers. 72 divided by 4. Let's say you have your money somewhere earning 4%, 4. 72 divided by 4% is 18 years. So if you have 10,000 today, 18 years from now, it doubles to 20. And another 18 years, it doubles to 40. Guys, somebody coming to the USA, because most of us on this call are immigrant. Somebody coming to this country, or somebody who was born in this country, American, in 36 years, if they had 10,000 in 36 years, all they would have is 40,000. Guys, do you see why we have a retirement crisis? Most people are not even getting 4%. The bank is not even giving us 4%, right? Now let's go all the way to the far right. Let's say you're getting a whopping 12%. 12% is good, right? If you're getting 12%, now let's look at the numbers. 72 divided by 12 is 6 years. Now, every 6 years, your money is doubling. That's a whole lot better than 18 years. So the first rule to money is we got to put our money where the interest is going to be high. The higher the interest, the shorter time your money is going to take to double. So ask yourself right now, where you have your money, are you getting 12%? If it's in the bank, you will never get 12%, right? So what about the second rule to money? Because one is to grow it, get a high interest. The second rule is taxes. And this is my second favorite uncle that everybody hates, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is always showing up when there's money to be distributed. But guess what? If you're his favorite niece like OdettaKing.com, you're going to know how to play the game so you keep more money in your pocket. So Uncle Sam says there's 3 tax families. If you put your money in a checking, savings, CD, stocks, or mutual fund, as your money grow, I'm going to tax you more. That's it. That's what he says. That's how it operates. Now, for the tax later, all the people who got their lovely 401k, 403b, IRA, SIP IRA, annuity pension, all job accounts, right? Now, Uncle Sam gives us a break, but he's still tricking us. He says, put your money in these accounts, and I'm not going to tax you now. I'm going to tax you later. So you get a nice breed, right? You get to relax for a couple of years. I'm not going to tax you today, honey, but I'm going to tax you later. But you know what's the problem with that? How much tax are you going to pay later? How much? Did Uncle Sam tell us how much tax he's going to charge us later? When you and I are ready to retire 20, 30 years later, do we know how much taxes we're going to pay on that money? We don't know. We do not know, guys. So that's like you coming to me, you read my book, if you ain't stacking, you dropping, and you want to borrow my 100,000. And I said, okay, I'm going to lend it to you, but I'm not going to tell you how much interest. I'm not going to tell you how much interest I'm going to charge you until you're ready to pay me back my 100,000. Who in their right mind would borrow money not knowing how much interest they're going to have to pay back? Nobody would. So why are we doing this? We're doing this because of pure lack of financial education. Because you see, the money in these accounts, 401k, 403b, IRA, SEP IRA, annuity pension, it's going to grow. It might be $100 today or $500 today or $10,000 today, but make no mistake, in 20, 30 years, it's going to grow. And Uncle Sam doesn't want to charge us tax on that $10,000 today. He wants to charge us tax on $200,000, on $100,000, on the bigger amount. So guys, the bigger the amount, the bigger the tax is. Pure simple, right? So the third tax family is tax advantage, guys. And if you Google the word advantage, that in itself is a plus. That in itself is a positive. If you have an advantage over anything, you got a leg up, right? So what are those accounts? Roth IRA, 529 college saving, executive bonus, long-term care, and cash value life insurance. And I'm going to say that again for the people at the back. Cash value life insurance, not a debt policy or a burial policy, but cash value, the word cash, right? That's what we want, cash, while we're alive, so we can spend this cash on ourselves and live a fabulous life and bless a lot of people along the way. That's what we want. So now that you know the tax rules, which is number 2, where do you have your money? Third rule of money is investment. Guys, everybody want to invest, but they have no clue how to invest to win the money game. How to invest to win, right? Because you just don't want to invest for investing's sake. You want to invest to win. That's why I don't like going to the casinos. I'd rather go to the casino and sit at the restaurant and have me a nice meal and fill my tummy and enjoy my experience, as opposed to gambling. And yes, I could make a lot of money, but I could also lose. I don't want to lose, right? So there's 3 investment options. If you put your money in the bank, it is safe, but it's not going to grow. It's not going to grow. And I realized this when I had my 100,000 sitting in the bank many, many years ago. I started calculating the interest, the little itty bitty interest that they were giving me every year. I did a math and I started multiplying it. I said, you know what? If I work for the next 30 years and I multiply this interest by 30 years, this is how much money I'm going to have in 30 years. And it hit me like a ton of brick. Odetta, you are broke. Odetta, you ain't got no money. And I'm like, oh my God, for real. So I started looking for ways to grow my money, because the bank will never, ever grow your money. It is safe, but it's not going to grow because the interest is 0.0. Okay. It's 0.06. It ain't going to grow in our lifetime. Now, if you put your money in a variable account, and variable is the stock market, right? If you put your money in the stock market, stocks, mutual funds, bond, stock market, right? Google the word variable, and variable tells you it goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. So you could make a lot of money, but you could also lose a lot of money. And over here, we don't teach strategies to make you lose a penny, right? We don't want, first of all, we cannot afford to lose a penny. We are not billionaires and trillionaires. We cannot afford to lose money. Warren Buffett, my other favorite uncle, talks about 2 rules when it comes to investing. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, remember rule number 1. So if Warren Buffett is saying this, why are we putting our money in accounts we're going to lose? So that's how your variable accounts work. It could grow and you could be a millionaire today, but oops, the market crashed. The market has a downturn. The market has some things going on and you lost money. So all of you, 2020 would have experienced some downturn because 2020 was horrible for a lot of us. And if you look at your statement, you would see that you lost some money. Some people lost more than others. I have tons of clients, unfortunately, who have money in those type of accounts. And when I see their statement, 40,000, 60,000, 100,000, it's hurtful because you took so long to save up 100,000 and you just lose it in a matter of weeks. So variable, although it's good, it is not the best. It's good, but it's not the best because you're going to lose money. And if you really want to be in control of your future, you got to have calculated risk-free investment. So you know when you get to 65, when you get to 70 or whatever age that is, your money is right there waiting on you. And not, oops, the stock market, or oops, Uncle Sam, or oops, something. No, we don't want no oops. We want when we get there, our money is waiting on us. And where is that? Index account. Index account are safe and it's going to grow. That's what we want. We want our money to be safe and our money to grow, right? So with index account, you are only going to get this with insurance companies. Guys, there's 3 places you can put your money. You can put your money with the bank, You could put money in the stock market, or you could put your money with insurance companies. When you put your money with insurance companies, and make no mistake, it's not you're buying a burial policy, right? You're investing with insurance company. Now your money is safe. Never, ever, ever lose money. And I'm going to say that again for the folks to the back. Never, ever, ever lose money. And your money is growing. So why don't we know this? Why aren't they teaching this in school? Why isn't the bank educating us? Why isn't the stock market teaching us of these strategies? You know why? Because as long as we don't know, guess who's winning the money game? If we don't know, guess who's winning the money game? And I love to reference these two books. Best $5 you will ever spend or invest. Money, Wealth, Life Insurance, How the Wealthy, not the poor, how the wealthy use life insurance as a tax-free personal bank to supercharge their savings, by Jake Thompson. I wish I had wrote this book, because I'd be promoting this book so hard. I need to contact Jake Thompson so I can get some royalties, right? And another book, good book, what would the Rockefellers do? Guys, who are the Rockefellers? Are they poor? Are they poor? Are they poor? If these people have been using these concepts that we're teaching, this is nothing new. We just didn't know it. And because we didn't know it, we couldn't win the money game. And as long as we don't know, the banks are making it, the government are making it, our student loans are making it. They're winning because they know this information, right? So when people say to me, oh, Dada, how come I never heard it? Well, I never heard about it either. I never heard about it either, right? And why would I know about it? Because if I know, who's losing? If all of us know this information, who is losing? So it is not in our best interest for them to educate us. We got to educate ourselves. We got to read. We got to align with organizations that are going to be doing good by educating our community. And speaking of education, guess what? You're going to get an education. So you might think, oh, I'm going to start this thing to make some money. This is bigger than money, guys. This is way bigger than money. You're going to learn about the 4 cornerstones. You're going to know exactly where to put your money to get growth. So your money is growing. Your money is safe. Your money is tax-free, that you can touch it anytime while you're alive. I had a conversation today with Joy, and I said, you know, a lot of reason why a lot of people don't like life insurance, because what they know is it's a burial policy. You pay for it and you never reap the benefit. When you're dead, your loved ones get the money. True. And that is why most people have a negative association with the word life insurance. But then again, they know the burial type, right? Then again, they know the poor people type life insurance. They know the burial policy life insurance. Trust and believe. Warren Buffett ain't got a turn. Susie Orman and all of those big guys, they just didn't buy a policy to bury themselves. They got their burial money. They have more than enough to bury themselves. So why are they still getting these cash value insurance? Because their money is growing. There's going to have growth. Their money is safe. It's tax-free. Tax-free. When you got a lot of money, you want tax-free strategies. So you're keeping more of that money in your pocket and not giving it to Uncle Sam. And then you also have protection. What are we protecting? Well, if you're like me with no kids, I'm protecting my health. I'm protecting my life to make sure that whatever God throws at me or life throws at me, my money is going to cushion the blow, right? So you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your life, you're protecting your health, you're protecting your money. And for some of us who have kids and families, we're also protecting our loved one. God forbid if we pass away prematurely. So you're going to learn how to increase your cash flow. You're going to learn how to save for your kids' college. If you don't have kids, your nieces, your nephew, your godkids. One of my clients today, shout out to Leah. I told her to get on this Zoom, but Leah is an amazing dean she runs the school here in Brooklyn. And she said, Odetta, I can't make it. You know, I got all this stuff going on, yada, yada, yada. But I want to open an IUL for my goddaughter. I'm like, that's what's up, Leah. Right? So even people who don't have kids, when they learn about these strategies, they want to make sure their nieces, their nephews, their godkids, their grandkids. I spoke to a gentleman in Georgia about 2 months ago. And when I shared this with him, he's like, Odetta, I'm already old, I'm retired, you know, like, but I could do this for my 3 grandkids. And I'm like, yes, right? Yes, you can do it for your 3 grandkids so they will have a better future. Right? So you can save for your kids' college. You can set up your emergency fund. You're going to know all the different types of plans that are available. When you become affiliated with our company, you're going to learn about money. You're going to be in a better position. And if you get your license and you do the business, then you're really going to make a bigger impact on society. You're going to learn how to build your wealth, and you're going to learn how to preserve your wealth, because at some point we're all going to die, right? And if you had told me about debt many years ago, I was devastated. But because I do this business, I talk about insurance and debt and life and like now I'm okay. I'm okay with dying because my affairs are in order. My mom and my niece and nephew they'll be talking about, thank God for AuntieOdettaKing.com. They're going to keep talking about me while I'm gone. Because we also going to teach you how to preserve your wealth. And maybe you don't have wealth now. Because I remember talking to a guy one time and he said, that I ain't got nothing, so I don't need to learn this stuff. I'm like, no, you still need to learn it. Maybe you don't have anything now, but as long as you're alive, there's hope and your situation can change. You may not have anything now, but who knows? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 3 years from now, your situation could change. So come and learn this information. So we also provide workshops, right? So when someone said to me, are you a primary? Oh, hell no, I'm not. I'm offended. I'm not, because we teach money here. We have financial workshops here every single day, right? We have our own book, Saving Your Future, that has been printed in over 1 million copies, several different languages. It's a big deal. We have our own workbook. So for me, when I first joined 4 years ago, I didn't sign up to do the business. When I started attending the workshop, I'm like, holy moly, I'm clueless. Like, I need to get my money together, right? So the workshops are dynamite. You're going to learn how to increase your cash flow, how to manage your debt. So many people have debt, right? You're going to know what to do, but more important, what not to do so you don't get into debt. What not to do, right? We don't want to be in debt. And if we're going to be in debt, it has to be a good debt, like a mortgage, right? It has to be a debt that's going to bring money to us. You're going to learn how to build your financial foundation, how to protect yourself, how to build your wealth, asset accumulation, retirement. Man, you're just going to learn, okay? But more importantly, you're going to put things in place. And the reason why we're all here tonight is because timing is everything. 1946, right? We had 78 million people born between 1946 to 1964. Guys, if you do the math, those people are about to retire or they are already in retirement. So who is going to handle their finances? Some of them who are financial professionals, they're retiring. So if they're retiring, guys, there's going to be a huge need of people to help with your finance. So who's going to be doing that? Who's going to be doing that now? Right? There's a huge need. So this is where timing is everything. And I'm glad that Joy said, you know what, I want to get started. So in 4 years, when I'm done with my regular 9-to-5 job, I would have already planted the seeds and have a good thing going with WFG. Because make no mistake, there will be a shortfall. There will be a major shortfall of 200,000 financial professionals needed by 2030. Guys, that's 9 years away. We're in 2021 right now. We're 2021. So in 9 years, it is coming like a tsunami. And if you plant those seeds now, put your head down, you're going to be good come 2030, because we're going to be right there to service these people. So who are we? Aegon is our parent company, been around since 1976, right? Super big deal, almost 200 years old. And like every major company, they want to be in the US. Why not? Come on. So they created Transamerica. And for some of you who were on in the beginning, you may have heard Tracy talk about this. Unfortunately, when her mom passed away last year, when Rolene presented her with this opportunity, she didn't even think twice, because she knew that her mom did the right thing by getting a Transamerica policy. And that policy, God bless her mom, when her mom passed away, that was some of the money that held Tracy and her kids over. So when you hear people like this having a firsthand impact, they're going to do good in this business because they have their why. They have a story. She didn't even understand what is it we do, but she just heard the word Transamerica and she's like, okay, sign me up, I'm in, right? So WFG is our parent company here. Let's look at some numbers. 46 plus thousand licensed agents. We've helped 4.6 million families. We only work with A-rated company, A-rated. And we work with about 77 product providers. So no, we're not Primerica, honey. No, we're not. No, we're not. We work with the best of the best, and we have access to multiple providers, right? Multiple providers, super big deal. We can help everyone with something. So let's look at some of the companies. Frankel Templeton Investment, Transamerica, of course, Everest, Nationwide, who everybody heard the jingle, they're on our side. Of course, we can't put all 77 companies on this slide, but these are just some of the top ones that we work with. Let's talk about the money. Guys, this was the part that caught me. We get paid 5 different ways. 5 different ways. When you start with us and you get your license, if you don't want to be bothered with building a team, training people, you could get paid personal income. You sit with family one-on-one and you help them all on a Zoom. No more kneecap to kneecap or going to people's homes or they come into our office. It's on Zoom, right? And as I like to say, we zooming and booming. So if you don't want to build a team, no problem. Help clients with your license and make money. If you want to build a team, agency income. So you could be living in New York and you know somebody else in New York who is ambitious and want to make extra income on the side and want to do something big in their life, agency income. Because you share that opportunity with that person, you brought that person on board, you could also make income from that. Expansion income. You don't have to stay in New York. I have clients all over the US. I live in New York, but that doesn't mean I'm limited to only work with people in New York. I could build a team any part of the US. So that's expansion income. My cousin is in Delaware. Sharon is in Florida. Shelly Ann is in Ohio. And who else? Somebody's in Georgia. We could build anywhere. And then you have bonus income. So bonus income is when you're an SMD and above. And then you have recurring income. everybody is going to get recurring income. Because if you help one family every anniversary year, as that person keep that strategy or that account that you open for them, every year you're getting money. So this is an incentive for us to do a good job, to truly help people, to stay in touch with people, help them now with their kids. I mean, help them now with their retirement, help them next year for their kids, help them the following year for their grandkids. Help, help, help. The more you help, the more you make, right? So every year, as that person keeps that account, you're making money, recurring income. Guys, I've had my Verizon phone number, my Verizon phone. I've had that account since I came to the US in 1995. Imagine if that person was getting recurring income on my phone that they sold me since 1995. That would be a good business, right? But they don't do that with jobs. But with WFG, it's an incentive for all of us to stick around for the long haul, because the longer we stay, the more clients we have, oh, our retirement is going to be posh, right? It's going to be posh. So those are the 5 ways we get paid. You can work by yourself, help clients by yourself, don't want to build a team, no worries. Every anniversary year, you're going to get a check. You want to build a team like me? I don't want to build a team in the beginning, but this business is going to build you. If you are hungry enough, if you're ambitious enough, and you want to do something so big, this business is the vehicle. Because I never knew that I could be an SMD building a team, but this business prepared me. This business built me, because I showed up to every meeting. I put myself in the room to learn, even when I didn't see money. I wanted to learn, because I know my grandmother always told me they can never take that away from you once you know what you know. So I always had that at the back of my head. As long as I learn, they can never take that away from me. So I may not make money in the beginning, but I'm going to learn this stuff, because someday I'm going to be teaching it. And the longer you stay around, the more money you make. Don't you love it?
Absolutely.
Right? Super, super big deal. I don't know why my thing keeps like flip-flopping. So where are we? Now, let me show you guys the money, right? Now, this part blew me away too, right? So you start with us. Everybody starts at the bottom. You got to start your way from the bottom and work your way up. That's how the job does it too. Same thing here. You start with us at the bottom. You're a trainee associate. Your first 30 days, you're learning, you're in the field, learning the business, attending your training, getting your license. Your first 30 days, get your license out the way. Follow the system quick. Come in, do what you got to do. Stay coachable, stay hungry, apply yourself, get it done. Right? Because there's a lot of incentives to get it done fast. You don't want to be slow, because when you're slow, well, let's just say you're really not going to win. You're going to win, but you're really not going to win, right? You want to come in, hit the ground running. You want to hit the ground running, because there are milestones. You could be getting your marketing director position. You could be getting your senior marketing position. You could be getting your momentum watch. You could be getting your associate promotion. Hurry and make your first $1,000. Guys, there is money in the money business. And I always used to hear people say, time is money. I never understood it until I got into WFG. Time is money. Because you see, the longer we take to get back to a client, now that client could change their mind. Now that client could get into an accident. Now that client could become uninsurable, right? So time is money in WFG. You got to act with speed. And when you're promoted, your first promotion in 30 days as an associate, you just give yourself a raise. You just give yourself a raise of 10%. How long do you have to stay at your job to give yourself a raise? And you ain't gonna get no 10%. Facts. Your first 30 days, you promote yourself by following the system and acting fast. Now you're an associate at 45%. You get your license. And with your license, you help one family save $250. Guys, you know what I used to think in the beginning? This business is drugs. I used to call my mom back in the days. We used to go to people's homes. Back in the days, I used to be in people's house 12 o'clock at night. Back in the days, I had to get in my car and drive to the Bronx for our training. Back in the days, I used to have to get in my car and drive to Long Island or wherever the client home was. And every time I left that client house and I get back to my car, I would call my mom and say, Mommy, I just made 1,500. Mommy, I just made 2,000. I used to like, Mommy, I just made money. This business is so easy. Like, it feels like it's drugs. And my mom would be like, Odetta, that's crazy. You should have been doing this a long time ago. But the opportunity was never presented to me a long time ago. So guys, don't take this opportunity lightly. It can change your life. So if you help one family save $250 per month and they open that account, you're making $1,350, $1,350. How long are you going to take to make that? Maybe 3 hours. And in the beginning, you're not even the one doing the work anyways, because you're still in training. So your trainer is the one doing the work while you're still learning. The more people you help save money, the more money you make. So if you help 4 people in a month, assuming 3 hours per person, 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 hours you give to this business per month, you can be making over $5,000. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? You know, every so often, I have hard talk with myself and I go back and I look at my hotel pay stub. I look at my hotel pay stub from years ago to see how far I came. And had I still been working in a hotel today, I know what some of my directive sales hotel people are making. It's chump change. And that could have been me making chump change, working hard for it, because I got to get up. I got to be at the hotel 8 o'clock. I got to run my sales meeting. I got to deal with all the hotel stuff. I'm working until 12, 1 o'clock. Forget it. Here in New York, when it snows, I'm still at the hotel. I'm dealing with JetBlue, American Airlines, Delta, all these flights because the flights are grounded when there's snowstorm. And I was not going to make this type of money. And now I get to stay home on a Zoom. I'm sick of my house, but it's okay, right? I'm saving a lot of money on grocery, saving a lot of money on clothes, saving a lot of money on commuting because I'm in my house 24/7. In fact, some days I have to force myself to go out and take a stroll to get some fresh air. This business will change your life. So you can work your way all the way up to senior marketing director and actually make $1 million. My parents never, ever got the opportunity to make $1 million. And their firstborn, OdettaKing.com, will make $1 million. That's groundbreaking. That's generational wealth right there. This business will change your life. But you gotta want it bad enough. And not everybody wants it bad enough, and that's okay. So with that being said, look at our leadership team. Jonathan Marion, this guy is barely 32, making over 1.3, about to wrap up his 1.4. How many 33-year-olds do you and I know making 1.3? Association is everything. Every one of these people on this bulletin board that you're seeing, leadership team, none of them come from a financial background. None of them. And you know what we all have in common? We made good money, but we still were going to be broke. We made good money with our jobs, but we had no financial education. Susie, Telemundo, the television show broadcast, Spanish station, Telemundo. She was an anchor for Telemundo. She worked for GE. And you know what's her story? The pension that GE was giving them was taken away. So you mean to tell me you could work for a company and because things don't go how it's supposed to go, they can take it back. They can change their mind. They can change the contract. They can give you less. They could do whatever because they're in control, right? Rick and Monica, mortgage brokers, help put a lot of people in homes. But had they known this information, they probably could have kept a lot of those people in their homes, right? Because when you're a mortgage broker, you're just trying to get the deal. Once they get the house, they're out of your face. But imagine now if you have this information, you help your clients get the house, and now you show them how to keep the house. You're making double money. That one person, that one client, now you're able to service them both ways. Get the house with this mortgage, approve for this mortgage, and now let me show you how to keep the house. Let me show you how to pay off this mortgage in less than 30 years. Because you see, that's what they tell us. They tell us you got 30 years. But now we know compound interest. We're not going to take 30 years. Now that we're bringing in an extra 5,000 to 10,000, we're going to pay it off before 30 years. Because they want us to take 30 years. Because if we take 30 years, more money they're making. So why would they educate us, guys? They're not going to educate us. We got to educate ourselves and educate our community. Super big deal. I get fired up about this business. I'm super, super passionate. You can control your future, right? Oh my God. Wednesday, we're flying out to be in Vegas, right? For our national convention. All of you that are on right now, I invite all of you to register. Whether you want to do the business or not, just get registered. Get registered and see what is it all about, right? E.T. spoke at our last convention. John Maxwell spoke at the previous one before. Magic Johnson, Damon John. It's a super freaking big deal to be in the room and hear from these people up close and personal. And when you and I think we got struggles, you ain't got nothing compared to these people's struggles. Get in the room. Life is all about choices. And I'm going to keep going back to what Joy said. She's planting her seeds now. So in 4 years or 5 years or whatever that time is, when she's ready to retire from her job, her fruits would have blossomed. You got to make the decision today. You cannot wait until. You got to make the decision today. Make the decision today to change your life and take those steps. So what would your future look like 5 to 10 years from now? Right? If you ain't doing nothing to make it better, you're going to be in the same position 5 to 10 years. Right? You're going to be in the same position. So come in and start. Start the process, right? Life is all about choices. You can decide you want to save for your future. This business is not for everybody. And we don't want everybody either, right? You can decide you just want to save your future, learn how money works, get a financial needs analysis, right? Now that you know a little bit more, a 10-hour workshop. Refer somebody to us, right? Or you could decide, you know what? I want to build my future. I want to be like odetaking.com and poke a hole in the sky. I want to become a licensed financial professional. Learn everything from A to Z. Even if it takes me 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, let me start now and control your future. Control your legacy. You truly control what's happening to your life. And yes, we know life is going to happen. But like I always say, when life happens, your money's going to be right there to cushion the fall. We want to cushion the fall, right? And enjoy the tax benefits of being a self-employed. There's so many benefits as a self-employed. You can't get that with your job. And more importantly, do something and become something big. Be a part of our big movement for financial education by using our system and building a big business with a commitment and vision. So with that being said, I'm going to thank all of you for coming on board. Make sure you are calling immediately the person who invited you. If it was me, make sure you get in touch with me when I get off this call. Make sure you get in touch with us and let us know, what are you interested in? Do you want to learn and become a client, get help with your finance, or you want to see what is it going to take to be part of our organization? Because make no mistake, we don't want everybody. This is not for everybody, and we don't want everybody, because we are on a massive recruitment for the right people. We want people that are going to be hungry enough. We want people who are going to want to change their life and help a lot of other people also change their life. For me, helping strangers. I do this business for strangers. I do this business to bless strangers. That's why I go hard. What is your why? Why would you want to do this business? So when you contact the person who invited you on this webinar, we're going to want to know why you want to do this business. Why should we approve you? Right? Because again, we don't want everybody. We want the right person who is hungry enough and want to do some big things in their life. Everybody doesn't need to make $1 million. Some people are happy with making 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody's drive is different. There's people here that are doing this business not for money. Not for money. Not for money. Pops, David Correa and his wife, they're already retired. They're not doing this for money, but you know what? The joy it brings for them to do something every day, to go on trips, to go to Israel like we did 2 years ago, to go to Mexico, to go to Jamaica, to go to Vegas, which they qualify. They're not doing this business for money. This is their livelihood, right? Something to do. Be part of an organization that promote growth. So make sure you guys are getting in touch with a person who invited you immediately once we end this call to set up an appointment and let us know what is the next step you want to take. If this is not for you, we appreciate you telling us up front, because we ain't got time to waste. We're looking for the right people. So if you're not the right people, thanks for being on. Now, if you know the right person who might be interested, have them contact us. So thank you guys so much. And I'm going to turn it back over to either Rolene or Tracy for your closing words.
Okay, guys, I thank you so much for coming on board. I hope you guys taken all the information that Odetta King, the superstar, just shared with us. She had me all fired up over here once again. Every time you come on, I'm excited. And if you have any questions and you want to get to know more about the business, feel free to reach out to one of us. The people that are signed on today, please contact me if you need any more information. Same as Roland's and Odetta King people that came on board. Thank you so much again for coming. I appreciate you guys.
Guys, if you want to watch it back, it is live. We are streaming on Facebook, so you could go watch it again. You could share the link with your people, right? Because we want to make sure everybody sees it. So thank you. Roland, you want to say anything?
Basically, I just wanted to thank everybody again for coming in. Whether or not I know you personally or not, I just want to thank you all. And for those of you
Okay, I think Roland is frozen. So we're going to end.
coming up.
Oh, you froze. We didn't hear
I
anything.
froze.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I was saying that I just wanted to thank everyone for coming on, and for those of you that I personally invited, you know, I'm going to be reaching out to you, because this is the next step where we talk to you one-on-one, you know, privately. This was as a group, but we also do it privately, where we'll speak to you more in depth about our company and what we do here. So again, thank you, everyone, and have a good night.